So, this video is brought to you by the most miraculous pine tree that I've ever met, the one right in front of my parents' house.
And I'll reveal why in just a moment. But first, the origin Scotch pine. And the Scotch pine originates from as far north as Finland to as far south as Spain and goes across Europe all the way until you get to northern Russia, Ukraine, Siberia. Pine trees are known to be the oldest trees on the planet and can live up to 6,000 years. There are over 90 different types of pine species. Most of them are in mountainous regions. The oils that I use, I usually get mine from Bulgaria or Hungary.
So this pine tree I'm looking up right now, we know it's a pine because the needles are long and they come in small groupings, 5 to 6 different needles per grouping. And this one has 5 and then the other one has 6. Oh, the snow just falls so beautifully on this pine tree. And another thing that's really beautiful about it is that when the pine, when it gets ready to reproduce, the pine cones, when it gets really cold, the pine cone will close up completely and protect the seeds. And then when the weather is warm, the pine cone will open up and allow the seeds to disperse. The squirrels just absolutely love the pine nuts. And what I love about this particular tree is that, well, first of all, it's a little fairy house right here. And also this tree was struck by lightning right while I was right inside over there. And it was such a loud, thunderous clap. And it really, for a minute there, it looked like the tree was gonna die. And what happened was the tree produced the sap and it ran all the way down and it almost sealed itself off. Then it got really white. And a few arborists came by and they said, oh, you should cut that down. Eventually, this is gonna cost a fortune. And thank God my dad was smart and he said, no, I'm not gonna cut down this tree. Let's just see what ends up happening. Well, the tree healed itself. So this is what ended up happening. After a while, the resin dissipated. This is over maybe 5 or 6 years. Now it's a pretty big tree. I mean, I was a little girl when we planted this little nubby thing that was about this big. And now it's a big mature tree. It really brings a beautiful scent and it's so wonderful for Christmas and the winter holidays. Pine trees are the joy of this season. What magic pine trees provide us this time of year.
For anyone who celebrates Christmas, no home is complete without a decorated Christmas tree. And it's just the joy of the season. There's so many traditions around the trimming of the tree. When I first heard this, I thought we were going to be taking scissors and cutting the tree off because I grew up Jewish and I didn't understand exactly what that meant. And was delighted to discover it meant hanging ornaments from the branches. Of course, growing up in the U.S., I'm around all these Christmas traditions and have incorporated them into my own culture and my own memories. And I just love the scent of Christmas trees because it really not only brings all this nostalgia and memory of time spent together during the season, but it also has so many healing and therapeutic benefits. So the root chakra, when we look at pine through this energy center, we see that it has protective and grounding properties. It is said that some indigenous tribes have stuffed their mattresses with pine needles, and others have put pine constituents into a pillow spray to help with sleep. It is a great antibacterial and antifungal. It's known to be an immune booster. It has anti-rheumatic and anti-inflammatory properties, and it's also a great disinfectant for cleaning and sterilizing. It also has mild muscle and nerve pain relief and can assist with blood pressure problems. For the sacral, this is the energy center that pine can reduce anxiety, eases stress, elevates the spirit, and refreshes the emotional body. Anyone knows this. You walk into a beautiful pine forest and you instantly feel more optimistic, hopeful, and joyful. So the energetic components of solar are pine becomes a symbol of inner strength and resilience. Its sap itself, the internal elements of the pine, have rejuvenating properties, as well as its ability to withstand heavy snowstorms. By the shapes of its branches and needles, it can easily let go of heavy snow. It is as equally flexible as it is strong. Scotch pine are one of the most beloved trees to bring indoors for Christmas because it's the heart of the holidays. With its enchanting scent and sturdy branches, it holds ornaments so beautifully. Sometimes these pines are used in forest bathing blends of Shinrin-yoku. It's a Japanese concept of bathing literally your spirit, your soul, in the scent of pine for balancing and harmonizing the spirit. Even the color green reduces depression common in the winter months. Pine is most present in my heart chakra perfume. I also use a teeny bit in my throat and third eye chakra blends as well. But to me, pine encapsulates the smell of green. Throat chakra. Through this, the pine has respiratory benefits. It is a gentle decongestant. It freshens the airways. It tonifies the lungs. Pine forests are the lungs of the planet, and the tree's essential oils, the phytoncides, trigger an increase in the activity and production of white blood cells, called NK cells, which are known to fight against viruses and cancer. So breathing in these fresh conifer scents not only fills the lung with immune-boosting phytoncides, but it makes us feel comforted and soothed as well. So our cortisol levels are lowered, so our stress levels drop. So making an herbal tea from pine needles has been a long tradition to bring relief for sinus and lung congestion, as well as it's a remedy for coughs and colds, allergies, urinary tract and sinus infections. The fresher, younger needles also contain vitamin C. So this tea works with also pine, spruce, fir needles as well. Make sure you are not picking another genus that is like yew or lark, which can lead to stomach pains or worse. Pine, as seen through the third eye, is known to reduce mental fatigue. It increases mind clarification and expansive thinking. And then we have the crown. Many conifer forests have this deep root system, a symbiotic network called mycorrhizae. And this is a very mutually beneficial symbiotic network that forms between the fungus and the roots of a plant. So this connection, that everything is connected. This is a crown chakra concept, but it connects at the root. And what is interesting is it makes a full circle. So the root chakra provides this survival instinct below the surface. It provides light, shade, and fertilizer and nutrients that the native understory trees and shrubs prefer. This is a symbol of the profound seen and unseen connection to all things above and below the surface. if I were to anthropomorphize Scotch Pine, I would say this personality is masculine, athletic, charming, charismatic, yet easygoing, authentic, humorous, financially stable, and in the present moment. This is a chill guy. He's a breath of fresh air. He's got a large friend network, although not quite a family man, because he's super focused on his career in competitive sports. So this guy is a year-long snowboarder, yet he travels to winter resorts during the off-season. His main home of residence is Mammoth, California, a ski resort town. You can find him in the latest fashions of REI, Patagonia, or Arc'teryx. His closest friends are Frank and anyone in the citrus family, and of course all the Spice Girls, especially Clove. And he always keeps it close with his homies in the fresh or conifer family. Thank you so much for taking the time to explore pine with me. I wish you a happy and healthy winter season.